Okay, sweet. I think we are live now. All right. Hello, welcome to the
Unbelievable.
Football Friends podcast. It's Gage here, looking extra sweaty today, and joined here by Patty. How you doing?
Not sweaty.
Yes, very hot. I was just out running. I
Yeah,
nearly, I
but
nearly got hit by a taxi as well. So funny.
really,
A little bit, yeah.
you should have
I was like,
you should have paid him.
I was gonna punch his car, but I
I'm gonna
reserved
punch you
myself.
in. I'm gonna punch
Yeah,
you in the car, pal.
yeah, I was gonna, but probably would have been a hate crime. But anyway,
Not
so
they're not a race. Oh well, that's treading close to the line, to be honest.
taxi people. Anyway, let's talk about some football. With did you know there's a
What?
do you know
Nah.
there's a World Cup on?
Is there?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
this? What right now?
yeah. Believe it or not, yeah,
Uh,
it's been going
are the
good.
tech? Are the taxi people in it?
Oh, it's certainly, yeah. There's a few nations. Actually,
They're hosting it, aren't they?
I will. This is like a horrific tangent. I can't believe I'm going to do this, but there's actually
There
someone
you
was
go.
saying that we noticed that many Middle Eastern nations were actually doing very well in the World Cup. And of course, the main theory is being that they are much more used to playing football in such a hot climate. Because
Yep.
we had quite a few big upsets, with well, I mean, we're going to get into that as we go through these groups, I guess. So
Well,
I
we
won't.
can. Yeah, you can say it. Saudi Arabia did well.
Yeah, oh,
Qatar
yeah.
scored a goal.
For sure. Look,
Tunisia, does that count? It's a similar part of the world.
where am I? Oh, whoops. Okay. Yes. Yeah. You're right. Tunisia did do well. Need to just a couple of things. Yeah. I should also share my screen with you. Good to go.
Phew.
Okie dokie.
Artichoke.
This is okay. All right.
Yep.
You can see my screen.
Good enough.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so starting from the top, we're not quite done with the group stage, but of course this podcast falls on a Thursday for us. Oh, well, Wednesday usually, but Thursday this week.
Yep.
And so yeah, we can just kind of go through what is confirmed, I guess, and discuss all the matches that have been. So first up, we're going to start with Group A, the conventional way to go through the groups. And right at the top,
Look at that.
my boys in orange with the main man Cody Gakpo scoring in all 3 games.
Three out of three. The Gak.
Absolutely.
A weird hack.
Yeah, I know. Look, see, I told you he was the real deal, man. I wasn't kidding. So
you don't lie.
yeah, I know. I know. Got lucky on that one, I guess. But
Got lucky. Yeah. If you pick one out of 26 guys, eventually you're gonna be right.
That's true. No. Look, it's because I trust Ten Hag's transfer judgment. To be honest, he hasn't done a bad one yet. So, and that was a huge target for us. So now everyone can see why. And yeah, very very nice to finish top of the group. So 2 wins and a draw. So not too bad. I'll take that. Of course, it wasn't the hardest group. I mean, we have the hosts Qatar, who have now recorded the worst performance in World Cup history.
Let's make this clear. They were dog shit.
Oh yeah, of course. And yeah, no points. I think they only scored 1 goal.
They scored 1 goal.
Pretty bad.
It was a pretty good goal. It was a pretty good goal, but it's 1 goal.
Yeah, and so yeah, so I'll go back to the results then. So I think where we led off was roughly here. So in this group we had
one game had been played when we last left, so that followed.
So it's these 2 fixtures here. So we had Netherlands versus Ecuador, and So yeah, like we said, that was Cody Gakpo, and well, Valencia got another goal too. 3 goals for Valencia in the group is pretty decent. And
Yeah, I think. Oh god, I can't even remember what the stat is. I literally just can't remember it. So he did a good thing. He scored 3 goals. That's pretty
mm,
good.
yeah, apparently he's
But
for all you Football Manager fans, apparently he's a good one to pick up because he plays for um somewhere obscure. Can't remember now, but he costs like 1 mil, and he's still got quite a bit in him. So pick him up. And yeah, of course, like I said, Cody Gakpo scored and Eno Valencia, and yeah, it was a tough game. I mean, I will say, Ecuador showed this in the first game against Qatar and stuff, as they are a very, very athletic team. They certainly, yeah,
tough.
so look very athletic, and they certainly make you, you certainly have to play hard if you want to get the ball and stuff. So, very impressed with players like Valencia in this tournament, and of course Moises Caicedo. Very happy with him. He played very well. I think he scored a goal as well in this, not in this
He
match,
did
but
score the second goal in the Qatar
yeah,
game.
yeah. So very good stuff in this game, and then also had Qatar Senegal. This is where Qatar scored their 1 goal, and
Outrageous.
yeah, and but they got ganked by Senegal. Very happy for Senegal to do so well, especially without Mane. Mane's a captain, right? Is that right?
Oh, he's certainly one of the top players, you know. But
Yeah.
I think he was a captain. Yeah.
So that kind of sucks to lose your captain and so on. And they play
I,
well.
I think going into it, I can't remember the guy's name. Click on the left back. Can you?
Jacobs.
I think. Yeah. I think it was Jacobs. About 2 days before the start of the World Cup, he didn't know if he was Senegalese or not. Effectively, like FIFA hadn't come back to him or hadn't come back to Senegal to say, yeah, this player's eligible.
Really?
So like 2 days before their first game, you know, he didn't know if he was going to be able to play.
Hmm. I'm trying to see what they're saying. Oh, okay. So he might have been French, I guess. Yeah.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So great. Great for Senegal. I think also this kind of raised the profile of Malang Sarr. No, what's his name?
Ismaila Sarr.
Ismaila Sarr. Yeah. So
I'm sure that's not how you say it either, but there you go.
yeah. So that was cool, and I mean they're going to go through. So I should have what I should have is the next round as well. That's what I should really be looking at. Yeah. So
that was just the other morning.
So in fact, so Senegal are going to play England as well when they go through.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I believe you had this in your prediction, right? You had England.
I believe I predicted us to go out to Senegal.
Yeah, you chose Senegal to win too. Okay, well that'd be interesting to see. Hedge your bets,
To be honest, I can see it happening, but I think I'm going to change my mind. I think we'll go through.
England
time.
England looking pretty good. I really think so, and yeah,
we're looking all right.
Yeah, and so yes, so Senegal will play England, and then of course Netherlands being top of the group get the slightly easier game against USA, which I would say.
Well, you say slightly easier. The States don't look half bad either. They look extremely athletic, and that's probably a more similar game to the Ecuador game. Like very athletic, maybe a touch lacking on the technical side.
Possibly.
And, I think the Dutch will probably have enough. There's got to be a winner. So
yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I thought they were okay. I mean, again, it's because I already picked them as like a dark horse team that now my expectation was high, so now they don't seem as good.
States were your dark horse? Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Well, what's dark horse for USA? Like if they take, like if they lose to the Netherlands, that's kind of expected, right?
Yeah.
But but if they like if they beat the Netherlands, that's definitely overachiever.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. But that's not going to happen.
Ooh, baby,
I won't let it happen. Okay.
you don't have anything to do with it.
Mm. Well, I have spirit. No.
Spirit.
So anyway, just capping off that group as well. So the other matches that were played. Wait, there's another match in here, right? Um,
No.
it's just So these other two matches, of course, Netherlands played Qatar in the last game, and another 2 goals. It was one for Cody Gakpo, of course, and also Frankie De Jong got a tap in, so that was nice.
Hey,
It's not.
honestly, De Jong's tapping. He still had to race for that. Like
Oh
not
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like I couldn't tap that in. You know, you know what I mean. I couldn't race someone to the ball like that.
It's just very good positioning and great reactions. He did. I mean, I'm saying he didn't have to, shoot for accuracy.
Didn't have to
Kind of
kick
thing.
the ball very
He,
far.
yeah, he just had to like get there first. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
if
it was
that's the
good
definition.
anticipation and
Yeah, anticipation was the impressive thing there. Maybe
and
Clark doing it on the world stage.
yeah, he's all right. There was a time when he was a decent prospect. So
Yeah, but that's not now.
well, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's when you get to the World Cup stage though, all of these players playing in smaller leagues seem to step up. Like if you're a beast in a small league, it seems to, I don't know, not mattered so much in the World Cup. It's a bit different. You know what I'm saying?
that's it. Yeah, I do. Also, yeah. There was a particular image when Gakpo took his shot against Qatar, and there was about 3 defenders, one from behind, one sort of trying to slide in, and they couldn't
Oh
get near
yeah,
him.
I
The
know
shot,
that
and
was
just
awesome.
a beautiful piece of photography.
Dude, I know, dude. I so hope Manchester United signs him. I'd be so happy with. I mean,
Yeah, I
I
know.
wanted that to happen in the other one. Yeah, but yeah, as you see, sort of dominated on in possession and shots and so on. So yep, as expected, 7 points is great. Very happy, very happy. And our other game, the other game too, was Senegal. They beat Ecuador 2-1.
Yeah,
And
see, a big feature of the whole World Cup so far has been these groups being basically on a knife edge until very late in the day. You know, Senegal they scored in the 70th minute.
mm,
Um,
yes,
and until that goal, they were going home. You know, Moises Caicedo scored.
well, it's only 3 minutes
That's the game.
between the goals though.
Oh,
So
yeah, I mean that's true, but that's what I mean. Like one goal swings it, as we'll come on to with
oh
Holland's
yeah,
group.
yeah. Today that was crazy.
That was amazing.
Right to the end, and then yep. So good stuff. Teams. Oh, that's interesting too. I think so. Ecuador, was better on possession and not as good on shots, but still, yeah, made Senegal absolutely work for it. And yeah, so yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Well,
about
well,
what
that's
it's about what you do with the possession.
hmm. So that pretty much wraps up that group anyway. So
Yeah.
next up, we have your boys, Group B. England
It's coming up. It's coming. Huh?
and
Um,
yeah, and well, it already came home. If you want to count the ladies.
no, I don't. Different sport.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, we already sort of discussed this. So, England is top, and USA second. So, of course, England plays Senegal. USA is going to play Netherlands. But,
yeah,
yeah.
um, well, where do we go? obviously the Wales game was a nice reaction to the disappointment disappointment of the performance against the USA. A draw against the USA is not too bad, but really,
Well, it was
it
probably
was just, it was just the performance was just, more than anything, it was just boring. Honestly, it was just boring.
well, it was probably the hardest game, or the hardest
Yeah.
other
Oh
team
yeah,
in
for
your
sure.
group. And it seems to me like everyone has done worse in their middle game. You know, it's been a bit of a struggle, I guess.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of that. Honestly, I'm glad we're basically out of the group. We conceded 2 goals. One of them was a penalty, and one of them was just a shit moment.
Yep.
We've basically been proven that even though he's in shit form for United, Maguire always just plays well for England. He just does.
Oh, he's much more suited to that system. He can sit deep, you know. He doesn't have to press as much. Yeah. It's just he's better utilized. He's not. The reason is Maguire's not a bad player. It's just he's just totally not a modern centre back. That's the thing. He's just too slow to be, playing being
Be
a centre back
utilised
that
like
goes
that.
out wide and plays more on the wing and stuff. Like,
He did have one amazing moment in the Wales game where he sort of, like, he somehow managed to he had the ball and he sort of broke forward, and it fell well for him to shoot, but it fell on his left foot and he absolutely hooked it. It went out for a throw.
Oh my god. Well,
It was like,
he has played extremely well though. Because he had a knockdown header to assist one of the goals in the first game, and he had a goal line clearance in one of the games too, which was with his head. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, his head's fucking massive.
Yeah, no, yeah. He's
As
being
the
utilized
song-
correctly.
Yeah, Southgate knows where to put him to make sure his head deflects balls away.
Yeah, but it's the other thing with that though is, you. Oh wait, you didn't play 3 at the back in every game, did you?
No,
Was it?
we didn't play 3 at the back in any game.
Oh, they have not. So that's so funny to me that after all of that, he played 5 at the back for like every every like game leading up to the World Cup, and then suddenly swaps to 4-2-3-1.
He did play 4-2-3-1 a lot in qualifying.
Did he? Oh, I thought he was always playing 5 at the back. There was always 7 defensive players.
Yeah, it's easy to be fooled by that.
Yeah, and
even Sterling and Saka in that graphic there, they're technically wingbacks.
Well, yeah, it's kind of true. I mean, Saka did start as a fullback too, so it's kind of funny. And yeah, well, I guess the thing is that Maguire and Stones probably work quite well together because Stones will do all the running and Maguire does all the blocking. So yeah, it works. And plus you've got, Rice and Bellingham just at like running for days in that midfield, so doing really good.
Honestly, I think our squad is really balanced. We've played all right. It's not Joga Bonito, but Southgate plays a brand of football that will succeed. That is well suited to not necessarily well suited to the players we have, but it's suited not to lose. It's suited to get far in tournaments because, I don't know if Senegal are going to be able to break us down. I feel like the teams in their group are more sort of unstable. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Sure.
If England is stable, then Senegal are less stable.
Yeah. Well, this is a bit of a tangent, but I was going to say, like, obviously Senegal has Koulibaly, and I was just thinking about this yesterday, that it's crazy to me how he dropped off. He kind of dropped off a bit, like pretty quick as well. As soon as he moved to England, it sort of, when he was at Napoli, everyone was saying like, "Oh, he's 120 mil." Like it was sort of like ridiculous. He was like the best defender in the world.
I think he was for a bit. That seemed to be a couple years ago.
Yeah, but then now, no way.
Well, Well, I don't know if he's dropped off a bit. He's played well for Chelsea for a bit, and then he got a red card, and he didn't fancy it anymore. Lol.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's just been sort of like he's not. What I'm trying to say, he's not as like fearsome anymore, right? Like if you're thinking you got Harry Kane against Koulibaly, that's no worries. Like I think maybe a year or two ago, you'd be like, that's a pretty even matchup, you know. But now I'd be like, nah,
Oh.
Kane's got that in the bag.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we will. We literally will. So
We are
that's kind of the
literally going
fun
to
of the
see.
fun of this.
We are going to see exactly that.
Well, and so what else
To
I
be,
wanted to
to be
say?
perfectly honest, I wouldn't start Kane at all. But yeah,
You're insane. I totally disagree.
okay.
Kane has been playing excellently. He may not be scoring goals, but he is doing exactly what he needs to do. Is creating all that space for coming deep, dragging defenders, and freeing up that space for the wingers to get onto the long balls. Because in that middle game against USA, you know, you started it was Sterling and Saka, and
Yep.
I honestly think that this lineup here is probably the best one. I think that this is kind of what they should go with going forward. Because, I mean, yeah, everyone complained, obviously, in the USA game that you didn't play Phil Foden. And he didn't even get subbed on, which maybe, I don't know, maybe.
I'm not, sorry, I'm not crazy about Foden coming on or not. I'm mad that Southgate took ages to make only 2 subs.
Yeah.
He took absolutely ages, and then he only made 2 subs. You've got 5, use them. What you're doing is not working.
Well, when you have players like, well, he did bring Grealish. It was Grealish, right? That sometime was that correct?
Yeah, brought on Grealish, and Grealish played well. Grealish changed the game, and then we looked on top. And the exact time when you bring on another sub or 2.
Well, that's it. Someone like Foden or did Rashford sub on? I can't remember, but yeah, someone like that would change the game. And yeah, but I felt like this worked really well. Obviously Henderson's back in the side too, and I mean, look, that midfield is pretty solid. I mean, they're all kind of Bellingham's the most furthest forward midfield.
Fine, that's really well rounded.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been too thrilled with Mason Mount in this World Cup. Again, I think Mason Mount's a good player, but
I think Mason Mount's really overrated.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he is really, really good. It's just all the other midfielders can kind of do it all. Mason Mount can only really go forward. He doesn't really give you anything defensive.
Runs around a lot. Basically, he's got work ethic. He's got work rate, but
like, you know, Henderson can do a sweet pass. You know, he can assist a goal and all that kind of stuff. Declan Rice loves, you know, sort of explosive forward movement. He's maybe not necessarily an assister, but he definitely likes running the ball out from the back. And then Bellingham is just amazing. So he can.
It's only going to be so long before one of Declan Rice's sort of thunderbolt shots goes in.
Yeah, yeah.
World Cup final. World Cup final.
That's just kind of, that's what I'm saying. Like Mason Mount just is sort of a bit like single faceted in this sort of team. So
yeah. I just don't think he's that good at that facet. I think if you're asking him to unlock the door, I don't think he's the best player in that team to do that.
Yeah, that's kind of true, I suppose. It's kind of like he's very similar. He gives you the same kind of thing that Foden gives you, but Foden is just a lot better.
But not as good.
yeah, because they both kind of play 10 and now on the wing as well. And so I don't know. Yeah, you're always going to pick Foden. So, but anyway, this game was interesting because you know, I didn't watch this game, but we talked about it because I messaged you to say like, very nice to see young Marcus Rashford filled with confidence again and playing well. But as you pointed out, the first half was not particularly good for Rashford, nor the rest of the team as well. That kind of
we were poor, but I don't know. Rashford to me caught the eye as someone who was particularly poor. There was a stat that came up, and it was like receptions of the ball inside the final third. And I think I don't know if Rashford led it, but I think it was about 7. And I made the comment to the person sitting next to me, like, I bet you anything, 7 out of 7 of those he gave the ball away.
Right.
And that's the kind of he had one-on-one chance with Danny Ward that he just refused to pull the trigger on, and then by the time he got close enough, Ward had already rushed. Like at that point, you've got to lift it. You've got to lift it high, and he didn't do any of that. So he went for power, but he was already too close.
I suppose that is one of the big criticisms of Marcus Rashford in general, is that he just needs to work on his being clinical.
He looks a bit like a
yeah. Bird gang.
Birdman.
Who else was in the Bird gang? I can't remember. It was Rashford and Lingard.
Lingard, sure.
Is it? And who else was it? Oh no, Di Maria was the rat gang.
Shawnee. Shawnee looks
she looks like a dinosaur. Like, yeah, dinosaur chicken.
Dinosaur chicken.
Yeah, but anyway, what I wanted to say was that then there was this ingenious move from Gareth Southgate, who decided to swap Phil Foden and Rashford's wing, the position, and that completely changed the game. And which is interesting because Marcus Rashford has generally always played poor when he's been pushed out onto the right wing. It's not his natural position, and Phil Foden's left-footed, right?
Yep.
Is that right? Yeah. So I mean, it was sort of classic wingers in this setup, and it worked. And I felt like this change was really good. I can't.
They were still pointing to it. They were still inverted. They just were
they still cut in, but they're on their opposite foot.
On their foot.
So yeah, and so, but it's interesting for him to notice that, or to even think about doing that. I don't know. I find that very interesting, and it just burst the game open. So then Rashford managed to score 2 goals in this game, and first was that free kick, which was amazing. I forgot that Rashford even takes free kicks. That's kind of the thing. Like
second bend free kick of the morning.
But yeah, that's true. But what about it makes me think that obviously Rashford's confidence must be much higher. I feel like he wouldn't even want to take a free kick. A few months ago.
When he's confident, he's a good player. He's a really good player. He's probably unconfident in the first half, and maybe that's literally gold off at half time, but
could be
it's something they gave him like a great confidence. And he can continue playing like that.
Well, the good thing is, I mean, he was the game changer in this. There was sort of I think in general, England started playing way better after they had a goal. And that's sort of how it goes in football. Sometimes it's once you get one, then it becomes easier because their other team are playing on the back foot, and you can exploit that.
The second game came 90 seconds later.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, and who was the second one? Was it Foden?
Foden.
Yeah, right. And so that's the one that, actually, Marcus Rashford actually wins the ball in this scenario too. So, I mean, that was definitely his the Ten Hag drills for him to win that ball in the opposition half, and it was great. Yeah, he won that ball back off Davies, and then put it through for Harry Kane, and then he assisted beautifully for Phil Foden. And then then Rashford got that sick as double nutmeg right at the end. So, well, in 68th minute, I guess, and that was awesome.
Yeah, we did win the game. Like I'm thinking if Wayne had got something to ran, I think Danny Ward might.
Do you really think Danny Ward's that much worse than Hennessy?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know about that. Hard to say.
I think he's keeper.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the double nutmeg was pretty crazy because it like goes through the defender's legs and deflects, and then it's too far. It's too fast to react.
Yeah.
And the Phil Foden one, I suppose he could have dived on Harry Kane's cross.
No, that's really cross. No, he's getting close to that really. Like
fast and low. Yeah.
I don't think it's possible. the other third one he done better.
Oh, well, then I just think your argument's trash. Then you're just only talking about the free kick. Then
Well, no, I'm also talking about the last. I agree with you on the third one.
well, he wouldn't have seen it. It would have come through the defender's legs, and then he's got like a millisecond to react. You know.
Look. Oh, yeah. I'm not saying that it wasn't difficult. I'm saying he should have been better. And I think Wayne Hennessy was a little bit. But Wayne Hennessy would have been close to the free kick as well.
Possibly. Yeah, it wasn't completely top bins, so just kind of it dipped. Yeah.
It was just middle bit.
But yeah, anyway, I think. Well, anyway, I'm happy because I just like seeing Marcus Rashford doing good. I mean, I feel like 6 months ago, him even going to the World Cup was like not even on the cards, and it's nice to see a player regain confidence like that. Player with tons of potential too. So 3 goals in the World Cup is fantastic. Yeah, that'd be nice if two players at Manchester United had got 3 goals in the World Cup. That'd be in the group. Okay. Do you want to move on?
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, man, this one concluded today, and it was it was a hell of a conclusion, a nail biter for a lot of teams in this group. Obviously, there were any of them could have finished top really if yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so
any of the teams have finished the shot going up to the last game, which is then the incredible thing about this World Cup thing. Nearly every single group we've had or got a situation where nearly every team qualified at least second on the final game.
yes.
I love it. That's what you want. That's what creates drama. That's what creates the moment where at one point in the group this afternoon, all going through it on the amount of yellow cards.
Yeah, crazy. That would have been really funny.
No, I hate it.
Imagine if you were just the guy that got, like, the Polish guy that got a yellow card, like, for no reason, and then
I really wanted to hold that angry.
Yeah, that'd be so funny.
And then it's like oh, title no, I think at that point you flip a coin.
Yeah, I think it would have been coin flip, so that's pretty crazy. And
that's not good enough. I'd literally see you just pick a Polish man and Mexican and have some fun.
Pinochet.
No,
Wow. So, I mean, yeah, there was threats of a fight between one Mexican player and Lionel Messi after a let's say how would you say this, a mistaken incident. Yeah. So you heard about this, right? Well, but okay. Well, I'll fill you in. So, of course, last time we looked at Argentina, they lost their opening game to Saudi Arabia in disappointing style. But then they had to basically answer this by beating Mexico, and so they beat Mexico 2-0. And it was like I think they played very well in this match. I mean, Mexico was probably Mexico's probably slightly better than Poland, I guess, in terms of rating. And yeah, Messi had a great game in this too. Of course, he scored one and assisted the other. And so what happened is after the game, this kind of clip emerged of what appeared Messi to be literally wiping the floor with the Mexican flag.
Oh yeah, I saw that. But
and so, and then everyone reacted, and all the Mexican players were like, "If I find you, I'm gonna like fuck you up." Basically, that was kind of the thing. And there was like some Mexican boxer that got into it, and like all sorts of shit. But it turns out that the clip was completely taken out of context. It was just on the floor or something, and he like wasn't looking, and he just got caught on his boot or some shit, and it just looked really bad, deceptively edited. And yeah, so
like bullshit, bro.
Yeah, but the funny part is that there would have been some Mexican fans like screaming at the TV watching Argentina Poland, like, "Come on, Messi, score another goal so we get through."
Yeah, the strange situation where they supporting a guy who allegedly literally wiped the floor with their flag.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, again, the strange or exciting thing about both of these games being played at the same time as at the end of the group just happens
Yeah, yeah,
is you're supporting your team and you're also supporting another team, but because of the way the group sits, that the other team that you're supporting might change in the middle of a game.
yeah, yeah. And so yeah,
Oh, we need Saudi Arabia to score. Oh no, we need Mexico to score. Oh shit.
mm-mm.
Oh, we're going home.
Well, and it was funny. It was crazy too that both games were 0-0 at halftime, so it was still completely up in the air. And
And
then
both had goals
within like
immediately after
5 minutes, yeah.
halftime. Yeah.
And so yeah, yeah, and so then all the drama kicked off. But then it looked like Argentina were pretty safe. But then it just depended on by how many they were going to win, because Mexico did come very close. The goal difference was even, but yeah,
Yeah.
they scored two
Well,
goals, but then Saudi Arabia clawed one back at the end anyway, so it didn't quite matter.
couldn't this group was full of awesome goals. Absolutely,
Hmm.
like it seemed that every goal was just a screamer.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but the Mexican free kick this morning
Oh yeah.
was just different. It was from about 3 miles away.
Mm. Yeah, totally good. Yeah, yeah. So it kind of really sucks that it was like in their hands, like it was right there, but that it just didn't work out that way.
And
So,
that the Saudi keeper had a belter as well. Like he had what's that guy's name? Is it Chavez?
the Mexican guy, yeah,
The guy who took the free kick. I
yeah,
think his name's Chavez.
Luis Chavez.
Um, that's right. A knockoff Luis Suarez, but not at
I
all.
think they have a Luis Suarez, don't they? Or is he
Do
Colombian?
they?
There's another Luis Suarez, right? I'm pretty sure there's another one.
Um, I think the winner of the 1960 might be 1960 Ballon d'Or,
It's Luis
Luis
Suarez.
Suarez.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But yeah, this guy Chavez, he basically from the same spot, another free kick, top bins, Saudi keeper saved it.
Mm. Yeah, well, I mean that's
They
Saudi goalkeeper.
they hit the post, they had shots blocked, and then there was basically a breakaway, and then Saudi scored.
Well, he had that Saudi goalkeeper had an absolute blinder in the Argentina game. He's a fantastic goalkeeper, man. It's yeah. Don't know too
Yeah,
much about him, but yeah, amazing.
be interesting to see if he's actually well rated, or if this is just sort of a
Well,
flash in the pan.
he's a veteran. I mean, I think he plays for one of the Saudi Arabian team. Has done for ages. So, but yeah, I
Right,
think
fair enough.
yeah. I suppose I could look that up.
Speaking
but I'm not going to.
speaking of awesome goalkeepers in this group,
Mm.
did Chesney save 2 pens?
Was it? Well, yeah, yeah. He
It was one
definitely
this
saved
morning.
Messi. He definitely saved Messi's penalty this morning. Yeah.
That was a really, really good penalty save.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, he did. You're right. He did. He did save. He did save two, I think. And yeah, because he had that other one where he just completely duped, like faked one way and dived the correct way, and it was like an awesome save.
Oh,
But apparently Messi has like one of the worst international penalty records around, which is really crazy.
that can't be true. He's got it's 80% for both club and country.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Which there's no way that, like, okay, yes, sure, somebody's is going to be better, but there's no way that there's going to be someone who's like much better. Sorry,
Yeah.
many people who are going to be much better.
Maybe it was just in World Cups.
Maybe.
Let me look it up. I'll see if the article's still there. It was, yeah. I saw the article.
Messi.
Yeah, that's annoying.
What did you think of the awarding of the penalty? Did you see it?
I only sort of caught a glimpse of it. It's because I only managed to catch the second half, but it looked, I guess, yeah, it was sort of a. It's like the goalkeeper
I
jumps up,
wouldn't
right, and
I wouldn't have awarded it
I,
a penalty.
it's kind of the thing.
I'll
Like
say that.
I feel like the goalkeeper's supposed to have a bit more sort of leeway in that regard, right? Like you can't obstruct the
Well,
goalkeeper from making a catch and stuff. And
well, yeah, I don't think he was obstructed from making a catch, but surely he's allowed to try and swipe the ball with his hand. And if you
yeah,
go up for a
yeah,
header against his hand and you get like kind of donked on the head, that's not keeper's fault, really.
yeah. Um,
Either way, I think who is it that Poland have in the next round? Oh, France.
yeah.
If they didn't have, to be fair, if they didn't have France, I would have said Chesney is going to be the type of player who's going to be really, really important.
Mm.
As it happens, I think they're just going to lose.
Oh, here it is. Leo Messi is one of the World Cup's worst ever penalty takers. Does it mean to this World Cup though? This must be another shit. It could be
Probably
another
just
shitty.
the World Cup.
Oh, okay, it just says that Leo Messi has missed 2 of his 3 penalty kicks at the World Cup. It means this one, yeah. Equaling the most by a player since 1966. Asamoah Gyan for, what's that one?
Ghana.
Ghana. Thank you. I should know if they're in this World Cup. But all these flags look the same. That's my defense.
Where?
So but he's missed 2 of 3 in this World Cup alone. That's pretty rough. But so it is like the worst. Oh, it's the worst ever in a World Cup, but like within a single tournament. It's not like for his Argentina career as overall. But so 78% conversion rate for club and country, basically. Which is, it's okay. I mean, obviously there's players with a lot better than that, like Mark Noble and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Mark Noble.
well, yeah,
he doesn't get a run for Argentina.
No, but he gets a run to the
Yeah,
shop.
gets to run with his kids. Gets to run with his kids.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Messi sucks apparently. But anyway,
Yeah.
I keep getting distracted because what I wanted to actually talk about was 2 players from Argentina that I have some thoughts on. One is Alexis McAllister. He's been absolutely fantastic in this World Cup, I think.
Oh, the old Scottish Argentine.
Yeah. Again, weird, unusual mix there. And again, I think this is a player that has been developing hard out. Like he's a strong member in that very fearsome Brighton team that's in the Premier League at the moment, and he's an absolute beast on Football Manager as well. I think this is a high potential player. I would actually not be surprised if he got a move after the World Cup. I think that he could definitely play for a bigger team than Brighton as well. So that's just one thing. Shout out to McAllister. Very cool. And then now I have
Can I predict?
Okay, go for it.
Enzo Fernandez.
I mean, no, but also yes. That's not who I'm, because it was kind of one positive, one negative. Enzo Fernandez has been fantastic too. I think he's really good. Again, he's up and comer as well, isn't he? He's only quite young, right? He's like 22 or something.
New boy.
And yeah, he scored that great goal. And
who's your negative?
My negative is Lautaro Martinez. I felt like
he's been dog shit.
Yeah, he's been really bad. And to be honest, when I think about it, he hasn't been. Again, this is another player that like a year ago was like 100 mil, and over the last 6 months, he just sort of has kind of dipped. Like definitely not worth 100 mil anymore. Maybe like.
Well, that's form. Form will add 20 mil these days, which is shocking. Like it's unbelievable.
Absolutely. So I mean, yeah, it's pretty crazy to see. You know, he's supposed to be this absolute weapon, and yeah. Well, to be honest, I don't think Lukaku isn't.
He'll score a hat trick against. He'll score a hat trick against Australia.
Yeah, just to spite me. Yeah. And it's also very nice to see. Well, okay, I'm going to keep going then because very nice to see that Martinez has staked his place in this team after shocking performance from Romero in the first game. Lisandro Martinez is now first choice for Argentina, so fantastic. I love seeing that. and obviously rightly so, because I think he's sort of proved that he's managed to step up that level pretty much perfectly. So good on him. And also, I felt like Acuna's been playing very good as well too. He was a FIFA god for a while. He was like a
Yeah, for sure.
Hullet gang.
Yeah,
left back.
ultimate team king.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. I like Acuna, so that's fun. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Shit. I think we're dragging on a bit actually. So let's move on.
Yeah.
So, yep. Argentina, Poland are through. Argentina will play Australia, and Poland will play France. So yeah. Next up, we have that Group D, and we really did drag on, but I suppose we talked about
Australia finished with the same points as France.
That's crazy, man. And yeah, so but surprised that it wasn't Denmark, to be honest. We had Australia managed to sneak through after beating Denmark, so
the last one was the group of death. This is the group of Jeff because it's unbelievable. Thanks.
Okay, so where was the last one? So yeah, we had France of course, but I mean France still played very well. Obviously they won 6 points. Yeah. France got 6 points.
They beat Australia and Denmark. Denmark put up a real good show even in the games that they lost. So it's sort of almost weird to see them with only 1 point at the end of that group. Also, if you want an example of my predictions going poorly, I think I predicted Denmark to finish top of that group. So fuck you.
Well, I think I put Denmark second, but then I also predicted them to lose in the next round. So
who would have been their next round opponent in your world? Argentina.
Yeah, it would have been Argentina, and they would have lost to Argentina. So it might not matter for the next stage anyway. So yeah.
Or for the sake of that, yeah.
Well, actually, sorry, just to jump back too. I forgot to say, I actually don't think a lot of people predicted Argentina to be one of the main contenders for this World Cup, and I'm not seeing it, man. I don't know. They don't.
No, I'm not. I'm not seeing it all. I'm also like, I know every team sort of can have a blip, and France had theirs today, losing to Tunisia.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, Tunisia probably the better side, and sometimes we see that. Sometimes we see that with teams who they kind of don't have it all to play. Can you go back to the group table? Because I think. Okay, so no, they did have something to play for, but they needed Australia to lose.
Yeah.
So yeah, they needed to win, and they needed Australia to lose, or maybe it to be a draw.
Well, I suppose France already had 6 points, so they were probably not too worried about the last game. And
no, they probably weren't. They did make a number of subs. Mandanda started in goal as well. But,
really? Okay, let's see. Let's see their lineup.
But it's still Tunisia.
Yeah, I know. They should. Well, it was interesting. I was listening to this podcast today, right? And they were talking about American football, and they pretty much said that they've got this sort of stat that the team that is most likely to win the Super Bowl is the team that has the best backup attack. So the team that has the best bench players is statistically more likely to win the Super Bowl than any other team. And I think that makes sense in football too. So the team with the best bench,
who's got the best squad depth, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, I think that sort of explains a lot of the teams that are sort of struggling. Is that sure they have a great 11, but after that it can kind of drop off quite a bit. And yeah, I can't even remember why I brought that up, but so
well, yeah.
So look at France's second 11 here is kind of interesting. What is this? This is weird. They've got Camavinga at left back.
There's no way that Guendouzi played on the wing.
This is weird. But either way, this is like a total. They're not they're having a laugh.
You're having a laugh.
Like this is that I think they were just deciding to rest everyone. That was sort of their plan, I think. 'Cause
Sure.
they didn't really have much to lose, I don't think. And
No, they had already qualified with 2 wins,
yeah,
but there's still, there's imperfections, and I think, even after a certain amount of time, their best players came on, and God, Mbappe actually tore them to pieces. But
didn't have enough time.
Who knows, man?
So Mbappe came on 60. Yeah, William Saliba, Mbappe, Rabiot, Griezmann, Mbele. Yeah, well, that is so weird. Guendouzi. I mean,
There's
maybe
no way he played left wing.
It was probably 4-4-2. It was probably 4-4-2.
Probably, yeah.
And then Camavinga was probably left back. These are all midfielders, so yeah, it would have been 4-4-2. I think. I don't.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
Surely.
I don't know much. I don't know anything about this guy.
He came in for Benzema.
Oh, really? Right. Oh, I see. Okay. Wait, no. Are you sure? I thought Benzema's still in the squad.
Sorry, no, Benzema got injured. He got
no, but I think he's still in. I think they didn't replace him.
Yeah, they didn't replace him, but they sent him home. Like he's not in the squad. No, he got injured. He's not in the squad.
No, I heard he's recovered. That was the latest I heard.
Well,
but anyway, we're stalling. So whatever. Yep, France won. Whatever. Now,
yeah, but honestly, really good to see Australia.
Yep, full credit.
I can't even say it.
Okay, we really have to pick up the pace. We've fucking spent so long talking about these first 4 groups. Now we have to race through the next, and the next one's actually one of the most interesting ones. So Group E, we have Spain, Japan, Costa Rica, and Germany, and there's a lot at stake in this next match because, again, all of these teams could, in theory, qualify. So, because Germany's going to play Costa Rica, and so Germany have 1 point from 2 games, which is shocking. 1 point from Spain was probably really disappointing. They really needed that win. But they are a bit lucky because if they'll probably beat Costa Rica and get 4 points, and then if Japan loses to Spain, well then they're through. But Spain could also do the same as France here and just think it doesn't. Well, again, they can't afford to play 2 weeks.
They can't do that on 4 points. They can't do that on 4 points.
Yeah, I mean they could draw though. They could settle for a draw, and like if they expect Germany to win, they could draw and be fine. But yeah, it's still
that would also mean that Germany needs to win by more than 1 goal. Otherwise, they will go to head to head with Japan.
And they lost head to head. So yeah, I know. So
they lost head to head.
So that's the thing. If Germany really needs Spain to win, and so it's we'll see.
The way this group's going, this is the group of surprise. Even the Spain Costa Rica game, you'd say, like the quality of goals and the amount of goals, like that was shocking.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Spain absolutely pumped Costa Rica, and then Costa Rica beat Japan. So
I feel so gutted for Japan. Like I don't know what happened because they were amazing against Germany, and they deserved every bit of their win. They've got a lot of Bundesliga players when you sort of look at their squad. So it's funny to sort of think of that.
Well, I mean, they only conceded 1 goal to Costa Rica. It was only 1 goal, right? So
yeah, but they should have scored.
Or was it 2-1? I can't remember now. But yeah,
it was 1-0. It was 1-0. They lost 1-0 against Costa Rica.
Yeah,
and all you need out of that point. You give yourself 4 points going into the last game, and even if you lose, you've got a chance.
I would actually love it if Japan qualified. I would laugh so hard if Germany, especially if they won their match, but only by 1 goal.
Japan and Costa Rica should win. I'd like both Spain and Germany.
Spain doesn't make that would actually be so funny, man. I would love that to happen. But
Oh, that's my
but
bad.
again, Spain are probably one of my big picks now, especially after Argentina
Yeah,
disappointing. I think Spain
I
look
agree.
amazing,
I
and
think Spain and France are probably the best looking side so far, and Brazil.
and Brazil. Yeah, I still think Brazil. I think is Brazil the only team to win? They still have one
No,
game to go, but
Portugal won.
because no team
Portugal won
is
twice.
well, no, but no team has
No
won
team
three.
has 3 wins.
Yeah, and Brazil could be because I think they play Switzerland. I remember
They already played Switzerland and Cameroon. They played Serbia,
Serbia next. Yeah, so we'll see. But
I
anyway,
think.
this is going to be. I think this is decided tomorrow. Actually, it's tomorrow morning. So for us,
Yeah,
and
both
yep.
of the next 2 groups are tomorrow morning.
hmm And yeah, so that's a lot to play for in that one. So anyway, we got to move on because we're running out of time. Germany sucks. That's funny. And yeah, again, this group's kind of up in the air too. The Croatia, Morocco, and Belgium could all qualify.
I love that it's Croatia and Belgium to play. So one of them is probably not qualifying. Canada has to win
Yeah. True.
to make one of them like able to qualify,
Mm.
and Canada's probably not gonna lose.
And
I've actually
what?
I reckon Croatia are going to win, and Morocco aren't going to need to. Morocco probably will win, but they're not going to need to.
Well, they could finish top though.
They could finish top.
So Morocco
That'd be incredible.
If Morocco win by two or three goals, and then
Yeah,
it's like
win
a
by
close
more
one.
than what Croatia win by.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I've really liked how Morocco look. They've played very well.
Morocco are awesome.
They have developed a lot of good players over the last decade. Because their squad, man, it's actually quite good. I like a lot of players in their team. Obviously there's like Hakimi and what's his name? Ziyech has been fantastic for Morocco this season, this World Cup, and yeah, so very cool. I like Morocco as a good. They should have been my dark horse team, honestly. And Belgium have just kind of sucked. Not gonna lie, they played real average. And do you know they had there was riots in Brussels after their loss to Morocco? So
well, that's gone along with the riots inside the changing room in the Belgium camp. Apparently, like no one's talking to each other. They all hate each other.
Really? Oh my gosh. Well, the reason why
and it's all going to shit.
Well, they had the reason why they had the riots in Brussels was because apparently everyone in Belgium sees this as like end the last World Cup for like a golden generation of Belgian players. And when you look back, it is kind of true. Like they've had some insanely good players come through, and they have not done anything in that time. They've always sort of sucked in international football.
Look, Belgium came third in the last World Cup. That
That's
was
true.
their peak. That was when their players were, ironically, a World Cup where Croatia got second.
True, actually.
Belgium is a team of awesome players with possibly a quite average manager.
Yeah.
But a team of great players who have not been able to put it together. And sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
That was, any country who gets, it's a golden generation. They're brilliant. It's like, well, look at England. 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
True that.
We'd have, 10 world-class players on the pitch, and it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Man for man, our team then was better than it is now. But our team is better now than it was then.
I guess so, yeah. Yeah.
Which is why Belgium won't qualify tomorrow morning.
It'd be funny. Yeah, I don't think
because of how
that
good,
would be hilarious.
Because of how good England are.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, even they're playing like Eden Hazard, who has a barely play. I mean, I think he's played a little bit for Real Madrid, but like a bit of a sad story really for the end of such a good player. And obviously Lukaku's in there, and he's had a pretty bad World Cup, man. And he's a very I don't know. Lukaku's had a rough year because he obviously was really bad
I think
for
Lukaku's
Chelsea.
been injured, hasn't he?
Has he? Well, I think either way, he had that bad year with Chelsea and then had to transfer back to Inter, sort of resettling and shit like that, and then been bad. And let's be real, Lukaku's kind of a flawed player anyway. He's really good at some things, but then, like, we've seen his horrific first touch in this tournament just absolutely on display. It's been shocking. There's definitely some problems with. I mean, the only flawless player in the Belgium team is obviously Kevin De Bruyne, and everyone else is sort of a bit good, but not the greatest. But anyway, next we have Brazil's Group G: Brazil, Switzerland, Cameroon, Serbia, and well, obviously, Brazil, really good. I think they could.
Can we just take a second? Richarlison scored an overhead kick, and it was amazing.
Dude, what a goal, man! That was amazing. And yeah.
Okay, is that goal better than Chavez's free kick? Like, is that automatically the goal of the tournament?
Yeah. It has to be. It was pretty clutch, man. It's pretty cool.
It was amazing.
And I mean, Richarlison does love an overhead kick, and
Richarlison loves just being a shit.
Yeah, so, well, really cool. Richarlison's a good player, man. And I think, Brazil could be the one team that either Brazil or Portugal could be the teams that win 3 games. And again, they may play a weakened side as well, because they don't necessarily have to win, because Switzerland would have to win by 3. So they're probably pretty safe. Serbia, and they're playing Serbia, and well, again, I think Serbia sort of underperformed. They have a lot of good players in that team, and I mean, players like Mitrovic have still played quite well, and again, he's obviously in peak of his career, I guess. And Milinkovic-Savic as well has also been on display as very good, but they just can't seem to put it all together. And
Serbia should have beaten Cameroon. They had a lot of chances, and they had back into that game. Mitro particularly, I think he hit the post a couple of times.
Yeah,
he side one where he should have really scored. It was good to see him. It's good to see him score. Milinkovic-Savic's goal was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think I've ever been more terrified of a single man than his name Pavlovic, the guy who scored the header.
Oh yeah.
Holy, like, terrifying man. It's the way he celebrates. Like, that's what he's like when he's happy. Don't piss him off.
And so I don't know what's going to happen there. So so Cameroon's going to play Switzerland, and obviously there was this drama with Cameroon sending Andre Onana home for I don't know, I guess he fell out with the coach or something. That was pretty funny. And
or he took cocaine.
Yeah, he could have been doping again. But yeah, so Switzerland, I honestly can't say I've actually followed Switzerland too much in this World Cup, and maybe I should, because they actually have some decent players, and it seems like Granit Xhaka is just determined to be the best he's ever been. So he could lead them to a nice next round exit. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, we've got to move on. Oh wait. We've got one last group.
Last group.
So yeah,
this group has contained all of some of the most dramatic games. It's been a complete head fuck.
Well, look, that's crazy. It's identical to the last group. Look at all these, like.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Really weird.
Yeah.
And all of the goals came in the same minutes as well.
And so, obviously, like I said, Portugal is another team that I expect could get 9 points. And, we've had... You see this thing about Ronaldo trying to claim Bruno's goal?
To be honest, I can see that he probably thought he touched it, because when the ball's coming
here or something,
maybe it did glance his hair.
Well, he ended up getting snickered, and because the no, like in cricket, right? They have the and because apparently now the new Adidas, the ball they use has a chip in it which can detect when it's being kicked. Like, it has the same thing as Snicker. So like when
you hit it with a cricket bat, signal.
So they showed like literally the sound, like in cricket, and so when it like you see it kick off Bruno's foot, and the sound wave is there, but then it brushes past Ronaldo, and there's no sound at all.
Nothing.
And so, like, Ronaldo's literal sponsor was like, "Nah, bro, you didn't score this goal." And then so. Did you? Oh, I gotta find. Did you see what Zlatan said about it?
No.
Oh gosh, I gotta find it. Sorry. Come on, surely. I pray that this is not a fake.
Fake quote.
I hope so. I really hope it's not fake. Let's see. I'm fucking. It must be fake then. It surely.
What was the quote roughly?
The quote was basically just like, he was like, "Yeah, this is why you got your contract cancelled at Manchester United." He's like, "You only
claimed a goal."
He's like, "You only think you're always only thinking of yourself and not crediting your teammates when they're the ones that deserve the glory." And then he said, like, "Why don't you go cry to Piers Morgan about it?" Pretty ruthless. But are you there?
Yeah.
Awesome. You just look, dead air, bro.
I'm sorry. My brain went a bit.
Anyway, so anyway, probably fake.
I love the idea that like your contract got cancelled because you claimed a goal. You've been doing your entire career.
No, he's saying that he's just saying that this is evidence of your selfish nature,
Well,
he's like, I think it said something like, he's like, if I had been in Ronaldo's position, I would have been straight over to tell Bruno that it was his goal.
Yeah, but if Ibrahimovic had been in his position, he would have been those extra 3 or 4 inches taller, and he actually would have scored.
I suppose, yeah. No, but then he probably would have missed. Like, the thing was, Ronaldo needed to leave it. It was a
it was a tactical leave.
Yeah,
he'll be claiming the assist now.
So
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one thing about that. I had a bet on Ronaldo to score and Portugal to win. So when the score update came through, it said Ronaldo had scored, and then
they changed it later. Yeah,
gave a good old fist pump, and then I looked after the game, thinking, yeah, I've won my money, and then it said Bruno Fernandes, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, totally robbed.
Just seems really cruel.
That's pretty funny.
And I think there's good place to end it is the looking forward to the showdown, the repeat, the possible revenge mission of Ghana versus Uruguay.
Yes. So yeah, I got to say, Ghana have looked cool. They've played really well in this World Cup, I think, and Inaki Williams in that team, that's cool. And Uruguay have not been great. Honestly, I thought Uruguay were going to be real good, but no, they look kind of average. So it's kind of crazy. They have such a good team.
Yeah, yeah, it's good on paper, but who knows, man? Who knows? I've loved the look of Ghana. I really have loved the look of Ghana.
Yeah, for sure. I think. So yeah, 2-3 to South Korea as well, and was. Let's see how they. Yeah, because they have some. Oh yeah, it was Kudus. That's right. And so, because the squad is actually really decent for, a smaller nation, I guess. So Iñaki Williams up top now because he's declared for Ghana. He's never going to play for Spain, I guess. And so his little brother got called up before he did. And yeah, even though they have like Morata and all sorts in there. So obviously Mohamed Kudus, good player, Ajax player. So I'm biased there, and I got a lot of potential in
Well,
that.
but he looked really lively. I'm
Yeah.
loving him.
Mm.
He's awesome.
And Andre and Jordan Ayew have sort of been in this squad for a long time, and very good. I mean, decent players, I suppose, but obviously quite good for Ghana. And Thomas Partey is a good player, and Salisu, Amati, and Lamptey here. That's like a really good three, for sure. I mean, there's three. It's three Premier League defenders there all together, and
Yeah, it's a decent lineup, man.
I don't know. I just don't know anything about Mensa. But
He's Andre Yayo's cross for
oh yeah,
I think it was the first goal against Korea. Goodness me.
oh yeah, oh, the second,
possibly
must be a second goal.
The second one, yeah. Possibly the best assist.
The Mohammeds, 3 goals from Mohammed. Yeah,
look, man, you gotta praise Allah.
Yeah. And so yeah, they got a good squad, man. Not gonna lie. And then yeah, so I guess Lamptey must have declared for Ghana too recently because obviously he was English for a long time, but he was he's probably saw that there's like 10 right backs playing for England, so he's like, no, forget that. So yeah, cool. And yeah, and Uruguay, just yeah, forever disappointed, man. Like with a squad like, yeah, I'm sorry. Obviously they lost to Portugal. That's probably fair enough, but with a squad like this, should really be doing a lot better, man. Like when you got Cavani and Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez has not been great. Not gonna lie, he's
not.
been kind of average in this, yeah. And but like this midfield, I criticized them in the other game for having just kind of a weak midfield. They didn't. I think maybe they only played 2 in the midfield, and now they've played 3, and still didn't work. And like 3 defenders, all pretty slow. I mean, Jimenez is probably the fastest of these guys. Godin is 100 years old. Good player, but yeah, I don't know. Squad is good on paper, but just doesn't work out in the real world.
Yeah, it doesn't doesn't matter about paper. That's one. That should basically be the tagline of the World Cup. It doesn't matter about paper.
Yeah, that's really true. I mean, the World Cup is really when the rubber meets the road.
It's when you find out who has their shit together with regards to making the pieces they have work together, who can pick the right pieces to fit into the puzzle.
Yeah, it's no cliche in the World Cup. I'm saying it's a cliche normally when you say like there are no easy games, but in the World Cup that's 100% true. Even you play, like France plays Tunisia and lose, so it's kind of
and loses. Argentina plays Saudi Arabia
and loses. You have to be on the top of your game the entire time. There's no
if you fuck it up, one game, you've basically got to at least win one, and you've got to at least draw the other.
Yeah.
And then you've got to wish for help, basically. And that's not a good situation to be in.
Absolutely. Well, I know that you said it was a good place to end it about 10 minutes ago, so I suppose we should now end it for real. So
yeah, so we'll soon be talking about the semi-finals in the next 30 minutes.
Yes, absolutely. So other good news is I'm going to be moving house in 2 weeks, so I'm going to probably drastically improve my setup in the next coming weeks too.
Nice.
So expect some good things. So yeah. Anyway, thanks anyone who made it this far into the podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, sweet. We got some great games tomorrow, and yeah, on to Yeah.
Knockouts.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay,
go.
cool. Like and subscribe, tell your friends about the podcast, and we'll catch you all next time. Cheers.
Tell your friends, tell your footballs. Later.